Shalom, Apostle Star coming back at you with the truth, giving all praise to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua B'Shem Kakwadash. And I'm going to title this, The Simple Believeth Every Word. And what I'll do is I'll read the Proverbs 14. That's in the 15th verse, but I'm going to read it in the context. And then I'm going to go into the video. The name of this video is The Simple Believeth Every Word. Like I said, and this is concerning a video that was put up and then re-uploaded on a GMS narrator SC site. Soon the prophets won't be found anymore. GMS Tampa Bay. You see here on the screen, and I'll let you listen to a little bit of it. The Jake cop, and the Jake came out. You can see that he's just obeying orders. He's a police officer. They said there's some Israelites out there teaching. They shouldn't be out. And if you notice, the areas nobody's out there. And they appointed this guy to tell them that they can't be on the corner, and he sounded sincere. He's a police officer. Police officers are not rocket scientists. This is you don't have to have a degree to be a police officer. You don't got to be too smart. Not saying that officers are not smart, but anybody that is a part of the system and they become a police officer. When you grow up, you go to high school, you think about whether you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer. Whether this brother probably played, this Jake that you see probably played ball. He probably played Pop Warner, then he went on to junior high and high school, and he could have made it, to college, but maybe he couldn't afford it or whatever. He got a knee injury, whatever the case may be, because that's what they do. They'll get athletes to be police. They'll get mainly football players and basketball players in various areas. Big guys. That's what you need. Big guys. Somewhat intimidating looking. You see the Ephraimite looking guy in the back, with his hands like that, like he's ready to do something. And Esau trained these people well. You got the police. You got your local police, you got the sheriff department and the deputies, you have the military. You have different professions. You have nurses, doctors, where they're part of a system. They're part of a system. Oh, and I looked up and I put it in the video, but it didn't come up because it was what do you call that? When you when you violate somebody's property on a video, something clean. Well, they've been doing that. They've been putting it up, so I've been deleting it. Anyway, the word that I went to is system, right? So let me go to it again. They're part of a system. The police officer right here is part of this. He's connected with this guy right here, and then the other police officer behind him that you can't see, and then there's another officer right there, and they're part of a unit. They're part of a system. See, what they do what they were taught to do in the academy, to be a part of the system. And then if you do your own thing, they can fire you. They can cite you, they can fire you because you're not doing. He's only connected to the bigger beast. He's part of the beast. Anyway, let me deal with the word system, and then I'm gonna read the scripture. Bear with me for a minute. Let me I'm going to go to the word system. Because no matter where you go, let me put that in there. System. Just thank you for staying home. Oh boy. Yeah, thank you for staying home. If you don't stay home, I'm going to knock you in the head. Okay, system. System. And this was a video that I put up on The Matrix, the scene where Neo saw the woman with the wet red dress, and Morpheus told him that you're part of a system, and you got to try to wake these people up, but these people are so embedded into the system that you're going to have a hard time waking them up. So that Jake, you can't tell that guy you're Israelite and this is a hoax. You can't tell that. His mind is not sophisticated enough. You got to do a word search on that. Sophisticated. But you know what we're finding out? That the American people in the world, their brains are fried, man. They're not. They're on a low level. They're on a low level, man. And you can thank these school systems, which, you know, if you go back to when I went to school, I was always being sent to the principal's office. I was always being suspended, and I just didn't understand why I was such a rebellious, individual, man. I was always sent home. You know, I did what I wanted to do, you know, and I just didn't give a shit, you know. And I told him, I don't give a fuck about your fucking school system. You know, they had my mother come up in there, and I did shit. I said it in front of her. I said, fuck this motherfucker. You know, I didn't use those words, but that was my attitude, man. But I did learn how to read a little bit and write, you know, a little bit, and little add and subtract, you know. I did pick up a few things that I utilize now. But anyway, if you look at the cloud, you look at the what do you call that? The spokes or whatever. It's well, you see the word system, right? It says system. A system is a group of interacting or interrelated entities that form a unified whole. So let's go back to the picture. If you notice, these police all wear the same. It's called a uniform, and the word uniform means one form. They don't tell them, well, just dress the way you want to dress. Now when the detectives come, they come in a different uniform. They wear suits. You know, if you notice, they got the dark blue or the black uniforms. You know, some of them got the glasses and they got the badge. That's uniformity right there. They all drive in the same car, but what separates those cars, those cruisers, are the numbers. You know, car 105 and car so and so and car such and such. They're only a part of a system. They're part of a system, man. They all think the same. Them guys are all thinking the same, man, because they've been trained to think the same as the gears in a clock. You know, gears in a watch. That's all they are. They're on a low level. They're on a very low level. They're mentally, they're on a low frequency. They might know how to read, right? They might know things. They might have learned things. This guy might know how to break down a computer, but guess what? When he goes into work, he becomes a part of that unit and he does what he's told to do. So, you know, I'm really not mad at him, because he said when you're going to hear, he said, you know, according to the law, you can't be out here, this, that, the other. But then he goes into the logical thing. He said, and it's dangerous out here. Why does he say something to that effect? You'll see. And see, you when you go back and see the movie The Matrix, and you got to see that movie again. I got to get that movie and see it. The Matrix, we're in the Matrix, man. We're Neo. When we woke up to this truth, and at first when Morpheus opened him up, he told him, "I'm gonna show you how deep the rabbit hole goes." Then he gave him the blue pill and the red pill. He said, if you eat the blue pill, you go back into one Disney, what is it, Wonderland, or whatever he said, Alice in Wonderland. But if you take the red pill, I will show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. So Neo decided to take the red pill, and he showed him how deep the rabbit hole goes, and he showed him reality in that room with that old ass TV, and the reality was nuclear devastation, and the guy bugged out and threw up, and he just couldn't get it. But eventually he began to believe that he was the one. And by the way, Will Smith was supposed to be the Neo. Will Smith should have took that movie. That was a bad career move that he chose to do. Anyway, there's the scene where he's walking down the street and you see businessmen. You see businessmen, you see police officers, and the police officers writing a ticket, looking at him like, "I'm gonna kill you." You see nurses, you see doctors, whatever he said, and he was telling them how they stuck in the system, and it's gonna be hard to wake them up. And we're finding that out, that it's hard to wake up these jakes. They just can't get it. Like a lot of those jakes that follow vocab, they're in a zombie. See, vocab is a zombie master. He's been trained to be a master of the zombies. Those jakes that are under him are zombies. They're zombies. I'm gonna get into the scriptures, but I'm kind of philosophizing right about now. But these guys are a part of a unit. They all think pretty much the same. And then they hang out with each other. They go bowling, they go to the ball game. They're part of a system. And we are outside of the system. That's why they demonized us. What was I going to say? Damn. Anyway, let me go back to system. Okay, it says system, right? System. A system is a group. And see, when you come out of the system, when you come into Israel, you come into this truth, and that's why you have a lot of individuals that come into this, and they might do a year, they might do 5 years, they might do 20 years, and then they leave. And what's the first thing that they do? They go back to their zombie masters. That's what they do. They go back to their zombie masters. Like a lot of these guys will go to vocab, or they'll go, they'll go to Esau. They'll go right back to their masters, to their zombie masters, because they never had that spiritual umbilical cord cut. It was always something in their mind to be connected to the Roman Catholic Church or Christianity, and then everything that they received, they vomited back out. That's in 2 Peter 2 verse 20 on down. They go this because they're back in the system, because they never left the system, man. They never left the system. It tells you in Ezekiel the 3rd chapter. Matter of fact, let me go to that real quick. Let me just go to, okay, this brother right here, oh, that's the spirit. A sobering word from Lion of Judah, Baltimore. Also a message of order is one of the keys to salvation. Now this brother right here, I listened to him speak. I didn't know what he was going to say, and the first thing I noticed, I said, this man got sincerity in his eyes. This man got sincerity, made confessions, and hey, the scriptures say a righteous man falleth 7 times. So he can be one of the men of the Lord. He can be one of the elect, because he keep fighting. Keep fighting, brother. We with you, man. We with you. It took a lot of courage for you to come out and say what you say, what you was going through, And we ain't living in a perfect world, man. We ain't living in a perfect world. When you go back to 1 West, there was a lot of people that was had problems, drug problems. They would mess up and relapse and come back, and there was a whole lot. You don't know these people, but you know, if you build up a relationship with another brother or even a sister, and that brother goes off, but he's a good person or she's a good person, you're gonna work with him, man. So, you know, we pray that this brother right here, that the Most High be with him, man. And this brother came, he spoke from the heart, for real. You should watch this video. I didn't even get a chance to watch. I don't have to watch it. He said enough. 3 minutes and 17 seconds. He said enough. I don't got to listen to no more, but I will listen to more. This was put up defense of the doctrine. So, you know, if this brother comes out to the camp to Baltimore, that brothers will salute him and you know, show him love, man. You know, this is a hard road, man. This is not no easy road, man. There's obstacles to this thing. A righteous man falleth 7 times and get back up, and the number 7 represent as many times as he falls. Keep fighting, man. You know, that's the thing. Keep fighting. Anyway, Spirit made me go over here because I wanted to do an actual video on this brother. But let me. What scripture did I want to go to? Oh, I'm sorry. I wanted to go to Ezekiel, as Yaakov would say, Ezekiel. Let me go to the books. I'm sorry. Let me go to favorites. Let me go to favorites. Okay. Let me pull up the blue letter. Let me put up the. Come on, blue letter. Okay, let me go to, where did I say I was going to go to? I was going to go to Ezekiel, which is one of my favorite scriptures, because High Priest Ariel always went into it. Ezekiel 3. Okay, Ezekiel 3:1. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, which is the scriptures. Also says that in Revelation 10, and go speak unto the house of Israel. Didn't say speak to anybody that's willing to listen of any nation. Doesn't say that. The Most High is only dealing with the nation of Israel as it is this day, and that's why people get offended. Because my mother is a white woman. Well, your mother's going into slavery. She better hope that she got some Israel up and on her father's side. It says, I opened my mouth and he caused me to eat that roll, digest the book, and he said unto me, Son of man, I cause thy belly to eat and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey. In Revelation 10 it says it was sweet as honey, and as soon as I ate it, in my belly it was bitter. And that's why people fall off, because it gets bitter after a while. They lose the taste. 4. And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel. The officer that was standing in front of him was an Israelite. Now they could have told him that, you know, you're a Hebrew Israelite and this is a hoax, or whatever they said, whatever they could have said. He's not going to get it because he's in the system. He's brainwashed. He's trained to think a certain way. See, they don't teach them to think. They teach them how to think. It says, and speak with my words unto them. For thou art not sent to people of a strange speech and of a hard language, but to the house of Israel. Not to many people of a strange speech and of a hard language, whose words thou canst not understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto me. But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are impotent and hard-hearted. So let's go back to system. I'm ranting a little bit over here. Let's go back to system. It says a system is a group of interacting or interrelated entities that form a unified whole. That's why they all wear the same uniforms. A uniform meaning one form. A system is described by its spatial and temporal boundaries. Like they know they have a jurisdiction. If they know that there's somebody that robbed the bank and he jumped over the state line, you can't get him, but you can call the police. Well, there's a hot pursuit. We can't. We're going past our jurisdiction, and now you have the FBI, which is multi-jurisdictional. They can go to any state. If there's somebody that robs a bank in New York and flees to New Jersey, the FBI can get him because they're multi-jurisdictional. It says surrounded and influenced by its environment, described by its structure and purpose, and expressed in its functioning. I don't got to read anymore, but let me just click on this. So when the police come, they come. Let me look up the word etymology. The term system, I hope you can see it. The term system comes from the Latin word systema, in turn from Greek systema, whole concept made of several parts or members. System, literally composition. Let me read that again. Whole concept made of several parts or members. So when the police come, it might be one cop. I need backup, and a whole bunch of police come. Because it's part of a system. It's like a beast that can break apart and be separate pieces, but when it's in trouble, it summons the other pieces to come together and form. And that's why you can't go up against the police. And the military, that applies to the military. That applies to the military. Okay. So you see him standing there, right? Now let me let you listen to a little of it. And I'm going to show you that he's in the system. He's doing what he was trained to do, because he's in the matrix. He's in the matrix and we're out of the matrix. And he's in his mind, he's saying, why couldn't these boys just go to college? Why can't they be police officers? These look like good looking men. They look like healthy men. What the hell? They're in this coat. And they talk, they're in this coat. And the word coat just means worship. If you go to the Baptist church, guess what? The Baptist church is a coat. It just means worship. They don't even understand that. You're finding out that this world, they're on a low mental frequency. So let's listen.
It's not a stay-at-home order. You're not essential as a police officer, somebody.
Oh, well, wait a minute. Isn't this essential? The Most High told us to go out. The Most High told us to go out on the highways and the byways. So it has to be essential because the Most High said it. But you know why he said that? Because he's part of the system and he was trained that the Most High is not essential. Because in this system, the New World Order, they don't believe in the Most High. They don't believe in a God. They don't believe in demons. If your grandmother said, that was a demon, ride your back, the psychiatrist would say, no, that's your that's in your brain making you think that there's something. There's really nothing there. They don't understand demons. This man is gone. And I guarantee you, this dude right here, he gonna take that chip, and his buddies behind him, There's a woman right there, and they all got the same look, like they ready to pounce on the brother. They're gonna take that chip. When they give you that chip, which is right at the door, they're gonna do mass testings, and then from the testing they're gonna do vaccinations, and this is the real reason behind the coronavirus. Let's say the coronavirus is real. Never let a crisis go to waste. So they're playing on it, man. They're playing on it. Let's listen to a little bit more.
Different services, different things. We can't be out here. We realize that y'all are out here for a cause, and that's not.
Oh, did you hear what he said? We realize that y'all are out here for a cause. Right, we are out here for a cause. And the cause is to do the will of the Most High. Now, what these brothers could do, if they can be outside but they can't gather, they can cut up into groups of twos, and they can do walk and talk. They can just be walking. And they'll be walking and talking. And if they see the police coming, they walk down the block, or they hop in the car and they drive, and they do a drive and talk. You know, or if you got to do it in the household, you do it in the household. But Esau is really trying to stop this truth. And it sounds like he's speaking from the heart, but he's also speaking. He's speaking what the system allows him to speak. Remember, he's part of the bigger monster. Now, first of all, they're practicing social distancing. They're 6 feet away. The police don't have masks on, so it says that the experts said you got to have masks on. You got to have not gloves, but you got to have masks on. They don't have masks on. And when they go to arrest somebody, and they need 5 officers to take this guy, well, that's the danger zone right there. So these people don't even, like I said, they do not think. They do not think. They just go by what the system said. And you see this Ephraimite looking guy, he put the finger up like, look, I'm talking. I'm the motherfucking man. They're giving you that authority, man. Hey, that's why the Most High is going to take this place out. The sooner that these lost souls get that chip, the sooner we'll be out of this bitch. And I guarantee you, they're going to take it. Unless the Most High have mercy on one of them. But all the police are going to take it, because guess what? They want to still get paid. The military going to take it. Why? Because they want to get paid. The nurses going to take it. Remember the situation with the nurse going to Bishop Nathaniel. Oh, they telling me I got to take the vaccine. I don't want to take it. And what did Nate say? No, go ahead and take it. We took it when we went to Africa. So now she feels better. Let's listen to a little bit more.
So if you're not essential, you have to.
Essential is doing the work of the Lord. That's essential, man. That's essential. The Most High is over Esau's system, but he's telling you different. And now you understand why this place that Morpheus showed Neo the real world. He said, "Welcome to the world of the real." The world of the real was nuclear destruction. And what did the simple ass Neo do? He threw up. He threw up. Let's listen to a little bit more.
It's for your safety. Don't fit everything. You don't.
You know what? It's for your. You see how he put his finger out? Let's look at that again. See, he was trained to say that. He's telling them when they buck up again, tell them it's for your safety. That's something that the system is for your safety.
You're not a simple. You have to. You can't be here for free. It's for your safety. Don't fit everything. You don't want to be out here.
That's what do you call that? Power of suggestion. He said it's for your system, and you don't want to be out here anyway, because you might get it. Well, what if we said, well, we don't believe it, it's a hoax? What do you think he's gonna say? Well, the authority said, you got to be out of here, because his God is the system, man. His God is Esau's system. His God is America. He knows that he went in his foreparents were into slavery, but Esau really loves us because, look, I'm a police officer, man. I'm a sergeant. I'm gonna get my pension. If you tell him that this place is gonna be, this is Babylon the Great, and this place is gonna be destroyed, pursuant to the scriptures, he's not listening to them scriptures. He's a Baptist or whatever, Methodist. Look at the Edomite cop. He's like ready. I'm just ready to bash these guys in the head. You can see that. You can see it. You can see it, man. They're looking at him like we're criminals, like it's a criminal act to teach the word of the Most High. And now you understand why the Most High's got to take this place out the way he's going to take this place out. No. He didn't ask. He said, we're asking you. To ask somebody is to say, can you do it? And you can say yes. You're not asking them, you're telling them. Because if he says no to you asking, now I'm going to tell you. So why would you ask? Just say, look, it's an order. You got to get the fuck out of here, or we cuffing and stuffing. This is a psychological game that's going on. Anyway, he don't know what's going on. He don't know what's going on because why? Because he's still in the matrix. He's still in the matrix, man. Hey, just watch the and I wanted to put it up, but I can't put it up. It was a claim, what do you call it, violation, whatever, claim against it. But go to YouTube and put in Neo Matrix and the woman in the red dress, and it's about 2 minutes long, and it basically breaks down exactly what we're going through, man. I mean, Morpheus breaks it down. He breaks it down. He tells them how these people, you can't get them. It's going to be hard to get them out the system because they've been brainwashed to stay in the system. You see how he said, I'm asking. He's not asking. He's ordering. He said, look, man, in his mind is, if you don't get the fuck out of here in the next 3 seconds, we're gonna cuff you and stuff you. And you see they're in a aggressive type mode. Even a woman, because she thinks she's equal to men. She thinks she's equal to men. It said a woman shall not usurp authority over a man. This kingdom is backwards, man. Let me read this scripture. Now I got another scripture. Okay, this is Proverbs 14 verse 15. I'm going to start from 12. It said, there is a way which seemeth right unto a man. That's this guy that you see, the Jake, the Baptist, the Methodist, whatever he is. But the end thereof are the ways of death. Ultimately, he's going to eat a missile. He's going to eat a missile. And the chip is a reality now. You other camps, you better wake the hell up. Because the microchip is right out. It's not around the corner. It's at the door. Because they have a phase. Phase 1 is to test everybody. Phase 2 is to vaccinate everybody. Phase 3 is to do something else. Probably phase 4, phase 5 is the chip. Watch how quick the chip gonna come. It says, even in laughter, the heart is sorrowful. And the end of that mirth is heaviness. The backslider in heart shall be filled with his own ways. So this guy backslid because at one time he was an Israelite, but he lost it through reincarnations. So all Israel backslid it. He don't know that the so-called white men are Edomite. He doesn't know that. It says, and a good man shall be satisfied for himself. The simple believeth every word. He went to the academy. He probably was in the military, and he's trained to take orders. That's what military men do. That's what police officers do. That's what nurses do. That's what doctors do. That's what people in the system do. And he's deep in the system. But the prudent man, and this man is not prudent, looketh well to his going. A wise man feareth and departeth from evil. See, he doesn't realize that he's doing evil. He said, but the fool rages and is confident. Let's go back to the picture. He talking, he raging, man. He's saying, I'm asking you, but really, he's saying, I'm asking you, but the attitude is, I'm telling you. You see how they in that posture? You see that posture? Even the woman, she's in that masculine posture. So let's go back. It says 17 verse. He that is soon, a wise man feareth and departed from evil. See, this guy's not fearing the Most High. He's not saying, well, what if these guys are the prophets? He said, but the fool rages and his confidence. He that is soon angry dealeth foolishly, and a man, now them brothers could have said, look, man, I know my constitutional rights and F you and this, that, and guess what was going to happen? They were going to get cuffed and stuffed. So they had to apply wisdom. So let's go back. It says, and a man of wicked devices is hated, because there's going to be a point where they're going to hate the authorities. It says, and a man of wicked devices, them testing you and giving you vaccines and giving you a chip, and you can't go to this, you can't go out. You know, people are getting, there's plenty of situations where men are at home not working, and they beating the shit out of their wives and their children. There's some cases where they actually killing their wives and their children and committing suicide. It says, and a man of wicked devices is hated. The simple inherit folly, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. This man right here is not crowned with knowledge. All he's doing is going by what the scenarios. If you talk to somebody and they act up, you tell them, sir, I'm asking you, and it's for your own safety. And he's part of the system, man. His brain is fried, man. His brain is fried. He doesn't know what the hell's going on. He doesn't know what the hell's going on. And he sincerely doesn't know what the hell's going on. Let me go to one more precept, unless another precept come to mind. Let me go to Isaiah 24. Isaiah 24. Oh, and by the way, they're saying America is plagued heavy with this coronavirus. Well, guess what? That proves that this is not a righteous nation. It says in Psalm 91, it says, no plague shall come nigh thy blessing. Nigh thy dwelling. So why is the plague over here? Because you're not righteous. And now you're being cursed. It says here, let me I can start at the 4th verse. I'm going to go to the 5th verse. Isaiah 24 verse 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws. You can be a homosexual, you can be a lesbian, you can be a man dressed up like a woman, you can eat pork, you can eat shrimp, you can do pretty much whatever you want. You can commit adultery. Those police, look, there's still adulterous acts going on in America. So couldn't you get the COVID by having an adulterous affair? When you got married back in the day, well, they still do that. They give you a blood test to see if you have any sexually transmitted diseases. But you have women that are stepping out on their husbands that are so-called stepping out on their wives, dealing with prostitutes, having affairs. So where are the police there? So this is all bullshit. This is all bullshit, man. It says change the ordinances. Change the ordinances, meaning they came with they're not dealing with the Most High's ordinances. They're dealing with their own ordinances. It said broke the everlasting covenant. Now the Most High never made a covenant with Esau, but Esau took on himself the Bible. That's why they said we're Bible fearing. You motherfuckers ain't fearing the Bible. You just hold the Bible up and shake it in church, and then you bring out your laws. It says, listen, therefore have the curse devoured the earth. So what are they saying? That this coronavirus, COVID-19, is all over the planet. It's covered the earth. Well, it says, therefore have the curse. The coronavirus is a curse, ain't it? Oh, it's highly what's the term? It's highly infectious. No, there's another term that they use. Highly contagious. It says, the 6th verse, therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned. Ultimately you're going to be burned, and few men left. It said the new 7th verse, the new wine mourneth, the vine languages, all the farmers are catching hell, all the merry hearted do sigh. Everybody's sighing because they got to get on a long line. I went to this one place, to a Whole Food. I came back, I got up there early, and then I came back after 9:30, and there was a big long line. So I said, man, the hell with this, man. And anywhere you go, pretty much anywhere that you go, you're gonna have to stand in a line, whether it be Targets or BJ's or Costco's, for whatever ones of you that go to Costco's or those places, man. And them small shops are closed. They just straight up closed. If you got to get some food, you can't sit down in a restaurant. You got to wait on the long ass line, and you got to make your order. They go to the back, cook it, and give it to you. It said the mirth of tablets ceases, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the harp ceases. They shall not drink wine with a song. What is that talking about? Your bars. They closed all the bars in the country. A strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. Like you're going to drink a strong drink, but you still going to be angry. And tensions are flaring, man. It said the city of confusion is broken down. The word confusion in the Hebrew is Babel, which is Babylon. This is the city of confusion. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. You know what that's talking about? The people from Europe, they can't come to America no more. They can't get on the plane and come to America. China, they can't come to America. You can't go to Europe. If you was on a damn love cruise, you're gonna be stuck on that damn cruise for longer than you want. Hey, this place, the Most High getting ready to stomp this motherfucker. It said there is a crying for wine in the streets, and the wine represent the knowledge. People looking for answers. We have the answers, man. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. Nobody's happy no more, man. It says in the city is left this desolation, and the gates is smitten with destruction. Ultimately, they're going to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. This is how this place is going to go. This is how this place is going to go. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom, and it's on to the next one. Shalom.